Hey guys, time flies when it comes to pickups. Let's take a look at February 2022. Hey guys, can't quite believe it. Here we are, end of February. A few weeks have passed, obviously, since the January pickups, and yeah, although I kind of set my targets on getting handheld predominantly, I think I've semi-achieved that, albeit as you'll see, I've gone into a few other systems as well. A couple of, or at least a couple of really nice gifts from some fantastic tubers and an Instagrammer as well. So we'll go through those at the beginning, and then we'll get to the handhelds at the end. There's probably not many, but only one toy related item, which is a gift, so I cover off at the beginning. The rest of it is all video games. So if I'm patient enough, I may do some little chapters so you can kind of dip in and dip out, as opposed to necessarily enduring the whole piece. Unless you want to stick around, of course, then that's always cool. If you're new to the channel or you haven't yet subscribed, and obviously would love you to consider subscribing. No blooming hard sell. If you want to, cool, it's free. If you don't want to, then that's absolutely fine, of course. But yeah, if you do enjoy what we go through, then I'd love you to leave a comment, just any views, good, bad, or indifferent. Just have a bit of banter, because for me, that is the key part of it all, to be honest, and why I'm in it. Tomorrow marks kind of the first 12 months I've been doing YouTube videos relating to gaming. I did some prior ones to that, which were just silly, kind of holiday, jokey, pissed up antics, which I archived off, but they're probably about 10 years prior, so I had a big old gap. But that was fairly, this is very amateurish stuff, but that was even more amateurish. But let's go through the items. Before we do, very quick shout out to my fantastic friends, Ollie and Maria. I've known Ollie pretty much all my life. I met him at kind of secondary school. We did like work experience together, and yeah, from that moment on, we kind of went through loads of stuff, kind of music. We're in bands together, a bit of gaming together. Certainly hit a few pubs and clubs together, and went to the same unis, although in separate parts. And he's kind of whizzed around the world ever since, and met an awesome lady in Maria, and they now live out in Spain. And we saw them a couple of weeks ago. So like Christmas plans were just KO'd with all the COVID shit and everything else going on. But yeah, managed to get a bit of time with them. And yeah, they got a few bits for us, but the one I'm absolutely loving, it's one of my kind of favourite films. And Ollie introduced me to this film, Deep Red, fantastic Italian horror by Dario Argento, absolutely superb. And yeah, it's kind of a bit of a licensed t-shirt as well. I do like a bit of Deep Red merch. Absolutely phenomenal film. If you haven't seen it, then yeah, go and check it out. It's quite easy to get, DVD on eBay. It's only like a few quid. Or you can stream or download or whatever you want to do. I think I've even got a VHS version of it knocking around. So yeah, thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Maria. That's super cool. Other gifts to go through. So let's talk about the toy item first. So it's just a little, you already see the corner up there in red. I know I've spoken about it a bit on my previous videos, but Boulder Hill, kind of the HQ for the Super M.a.s.k.f.a.n heroes from that fantastic cartoon back in the day, and obviously the toy line. And I got that Boulder Hill from a place not a million miles away from where I am. It's kind of 99% of it was in the box. The box is in good shape. The toy itself within the box is in lovely condition. But the thing that was missing, the thing that always gets bloody lost, it's a petrol station, and there's petrol pumps, and it's the hose pipes that link to it. Obviously, kids or whatever, it's just easy to lose them. And an absolute bloody superhero called Lee, who's known as m.a.s.k.f.a.n on Instagram, but also checks out the YouTube channel as well. He kind of messaged me and said, look, I've got, they're like the reproduction ones. I should be up front. They're kind of reproduction ones, but he goes, look, I'll cut you a few and ping them over. And had a really nice note from him, which I put in the pot of notes up in the corner. I keep all the messages that come across. It's just like absolutely cool and awesome. It's the pen pals I never had back in the day, because I was too bloody lazy to pick up a pen. I still am, and my writing is shite. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Now I've obviously gone through it here, I'm going to get it put it within the box, and then I'm like 100% complete on that awesome set. And I need to start up again. I know I said I would do it, but the Let's Get Physical, kind of the series 2, I filmed some bits, and I just need to do some editing. But I want to do like a session on Boulder Hill and just do a video on that. And typically they're kind of 2-3 minutes, bit of jazzy music, just looking at the items, and perhaps a little bit of banter at some point as well. So massive thank you, Lee. Everyone I mention, I normally don't forget. I'll put the details within the description below. So Lee doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he has a fantastic Instagram channel. As every day he's posting something really cool, wacky and funny. Next gift is from a super bloody tuber, someone that I've been following, watching videos for some time, and I pinged them. Had a lovely spiced orange GameCube, which you know I'm very much into if you've been watching this channel, and needed an extra controller, and I struck a bit of a deal a few months back, and not that I've got like loads, but I've got some in surplus, far more controllers than I do bloody friends, close friends anyway. So yeah, I kind of pinged this on to him, and he was really gracious enough kind of covered in his video. And a few weeks ago, I think it just missed the last shout outs video or the pickups video that I did, and he said, look, I've got a game or something I'm going to send you, and sent it through, and it turned up. So the tuber is Bill Betty Horde Clinic. He covers so much stuff. His pickups are just bloody phenomenal. His collection's awesome. Every time I watch one of his videos, I get the pen out and I'm scribbling stuff down. He's costing me a lot of money, adding to the list of things, but really, you know, fun little anecdotes, fun kind of stories and bits on the go. But you're really cool videos that he does. So yeah, Bill Betty Horde Clinic. And what did he send through? Road Rash, obviously for the Sega Saturn, and it's yeah, it's really nice condition, even all kind of protected in the middle. The EA games come in almost like the VHS style Saturn boxes, which to be honest I quite like, because they're more durable than the, you know, the 90% cardboard, 10% plasticky ones that you ordinarily get with the Saturn. You've got like EA down the spine in the middle, all complete, lovely book, lovely instructions, perfect disc. It's just yeah, superb. So thanks a million, Bill. It's like hugely appreciated, and it's a cracking bloody game as well. It absolutely is. I've never played the Saturn version, but it's a real corker. What a game! It's fantastic. I played it on the Mega Drive, perhaps a few other flavours, but nothing like this. So yeah, thanks a million, pal. And the next superb individual, who every now and again gets released from the chicken pen, Feed Me Chicken. Who else could I be talking about? The wonderful FMC. So yeah, we kind of trade a few bits, and we always have a bit of banter. An absolute friggin' gent. You know, he's such a nice guy. So he messaged me and said, I've got a few games. Do you want any of them? And one took my eye, Fable'22 for the Xbox One, and I was just like, oh yeah, yes please. So I pinged that through. Didn't want anything for it because he's a bloody gent. And yeah, just absolutely superb. But the package was, when I got it through, I was like, it's bigger than just an Xbox 360 game. And sure enough it was, because it included Gangster Town for the Sega Master System. And again, it's really blooming nice copy, all complete. A game I don't have. I'm absolutely loving the Master System. I've loved it for years and years. First console I ever had. But you know, from last year when I started collecting again for the third time, because like a numpty's selling it off, I built up a bit of a collection. But it's one game I don't have, and it's just in, yeah, it's in fantastic condition. So I'm so chuffed to have that. So yeah, thank you FMC. Again, you know, check out his channel, check out Bill's channel, check out Lee's Instagram. They're all just, yeah, really nice people that put out awesome content, be it videos or photos or whatever. They're just really passionate about the gaming and the community, which is brilliant, and toys as well. So that's cool. So that's the wonderful gifts from, yeah, mind blowing every time. I think it's cool. I kind of reciprocate and trying to put bits back in, and but yeah, I always seem to come out a little bit on top in terms of the gifts that fly through. So thank you guys. It's really cool. Now on to the self-funded pickups, whatever you want to call them. We're going to go like reverse chronological order, near enough. So we've got some Switch games to start. So first one is Link's Awakening on for the Switch. Kind of like a reimagined or remastered version. Obviously the Game Boy version. These. I'm trying to think. Yeah, just this one was a bit of a. There's a few other like eBay purchases. I tell you, he's a bit of an insomniac at the moment for various reasons. But yeah, doing some cheeky last minute bids at silly o'clock in the morning. And this was one. It's all like sealed. It's new, and haven't even blooming opened it. Yeah, if I can't remember how much it was. It was for a steal. So chuffed with that. I do love these. You can see a bit of red behind me. I do love the Switch. It's a little beast that who would have predicted how phenomenal the success of the machine has been. It's brilliant. I haven't played Pokemon since Pokemon Red. I think so when the latest game came out, I thought I'd jump on it. So yeah, Pokemon Arceus or Pokemon Legends Arceus. About 10 hours in, I'll be honest, maybe I'm going against the universe because all I read is really, really good reviews, but I'm feeling a bit lukewarm on it. The tutorial going in seemed to last like forever. I'm kind of, it's very set at the moment anyway. Countryside landscape where you're chasing after Pokemon, but you can hide in places within the grass, but it's just not enough variety for me at the moment. You've got like the bloody Pokedex thing, and it's like you need to catch so many of these and so many of that, and catch them in a certain way, and use your Pokeballs and all that stuff. And yeah, maybe I'm just a bit old in the tooth, or just an old fart or whatever. I'm just not as, if I compare it to other games, like I know it's a bit of an extreme game, but like Breath of the Wild or something like that, just looks nicer. There's so much more variety to it. But I'm gonna persevere a bit because maybe I need to get a few more hours in to kind of find out the true reveal. So maybe I'm prematurely being a bit of a knob about it. But we'll see. At the moment, kind of so-so. Third and final Switch game. So I've got a Japanese, I think it was released over here, but like Japanese release of a couple of Cotton games. They got Cotton 2. Was it Cotton Boomerang? But the game I got it for was Guardian Force, the shooter. It's just unbelievable, kind of a tank turret game, not that dissimilar from some of the Psycho games where you can kind of rotate the turret around, so you're kind of shooting in different directions. So you can be, it's like a vertical shooter, but on some bits you're going horizontally, and the bosses are kind of all going all directions. Huge bloody bosses, awesome soundtrack, friggin' massive explosions, proper bullet hell. It's very, very tough. There is a little bit, it's fairly minor, but I think there's a little bit of lag on it. I don't know if that's just through the way they kind of ported it or set it up, which when you've got, probably, you're flying through bullet hell, every milli bloody second counts, and I don't know, it's the one little letdown, but it's a beautiful game. It does look lovely. A game that I wanted for the, perhaps I will get at some point for the Saturn, but yeah, cool. I haven't touched the Cotton games, just the Guardian Force one so far. So yeah, so that's the Switch games. Cover GameCube next. I realised that the only GameCube game Resident Evil game I didn't have on the GameCube was Nemesis, so Resident Evil 3. I took I took a CX punt, and yeah, it kind of came on through. Kind of really clean disc, very clean instruction manual. Not a million miles off what I would have paid on the likes of eBay, but the ones on eBay, I don't know, some of them are quite tatty, or they're like, they show you a rotten bloody back of the disc and like, yeah, it still works, and it's just like, yeah, but how long for? How far through the game before the bloody thing conks out? So I thought for a few extra excuse me, a few extra quid, yeah, best to get something I'm going to kind of enjoy and it's going to last. So that was GameCube game number 1. I got a couple of the other 007 games. Needed this one, Nightfire. No idea if it's good or crap or whatever, but typically the 007 games you can't necessarily go wrong, and it was cheap as well. It was mega cheap on the eBay, which was cool. This one was really reasonable as well, the next one, and it was from it came up on a Sweet Radish Gaming channel. When he was going for his GameCube collection, there's a few that kind of stood out. I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool. It's from the makers of Hitman 2, so we had a bit of comment banter. It's like, yeah, it's worth getting, and it was pretty reasonable to pick up. A bit of a knob, aren't I, opening the cases, but let's entertain that. The final GameCube game, say like a big hitter, but one that's going up in the price rankings. I got this from my awesome pal Nathan, who runs Every Bit Gaming, and I've spoken about Every Bit on the channel a few times. And yeah, I bought this. I think one other item from him, but he chucked in a few extra bits as well. We'll cover them off as we go through the relevant console or handheld. But Pikmin 2, chucked in a little memory card in there as well. So yeah, awesome. Looking forward to that. This one, I think it was another Insomniac buy on eBay, but didn't have it. It was a good price. It's Capcom. Hoping it's going to be okay, but it's, yeah, Plasma Sword for the Dreamcast. And as always, with all of my videos, you get some fantastic reflection. So yeah, no, it looks good. It's all in nice condition. Cool little manual, and obviously disc on the other side. Case isn't broken, which is a small miracle in Dreamcast Town, which is good. Next one I got from, say, Japan. I think it was China. A bit of a kind of a knockoff. It's a remastered version of Street Fighter 2, and this one was spoken about through a couple of his videos. James GameZoneBirdRoom, get that right. Yeah, so Street Fighter 2 remastered. Haven't chucked it into the machine yet, but yeah, wanted to get this one. It was an absolute, I think it was an AliExpress for like near to nothing, and I registered with them, and then they started sending me these things saying I haven't bought anything and discounts, and so it literally was, I don't know how they can make any money, to be honest. It's crazy, crazy. One Game Gear game, Insomnia eBay buy. Super Kickoff. I think it was like £1 or £2, including like probably a couple of quid, including P&P. It was like, no, it's not like a top title, but I thought, for the case alone or whatever, it's good. Next one, a bit of a piss take out of Metal Gear Solid, but in a good way, a new Mega Drive game, Metal Dragon. So yeah, I ordered it a while ago. It's taken a bit of time to come in, but yeah, it's super cool. You got the disc. I haven't really gone through it in much detail. You got the manual. I think you got some like kind of postcards. A mock take, like I say, out of Metal Gear. But it's top down shooter. I know that Scott Sega Zombie. I think he did a video on it. A few people have, but it's it's cool. It's a bit of fun, which is awesome. And then another shooter on a different flavour, so switching from Sega to Nintendo, Super Nintendo. So yeah, UN Squadron. I thought I had this game, maybe I did back in the day, but yeah, someone else, can't remember who, someone mentioned it, and I did a bit of a recce. I'm trying to be a bit more organised with the old gaming inventory, and I didn't. So yeah, wasn't very expensive, but yeah, Capcom back in my life, which is good. And we're kind of the final segment really. So this is handheld galore. So loving all things Game Boy. This is all Nintendo, all different flavours of Game Boy. Oh, excuse the old burpage. I had a little beer earlier, and it's working its way through. Konami games, so GBA, Game Boy Advance. A bit of Turtles, and you're going to get some glare. I've got these cases. I'm getting through. I think it's through like Amazon, and like the protective cases, and really good quality. Maybe if I remember, I'll put a link below. Sometimes you buy them and they're kind of a bit shoddy. They don't fit exactly, or you're worried you're going to bloody crush the box. But these are like super cool. GBA box the same size as Game Boy ones, so it's kind of got a bit of multi-use, but whenever I buy cardboard too often, or I've got a few here, I like to make sure they're protected, otherwise with my clumsy hands they're going to get smashed and bashed. Another GBA game, so Sigma Star Saga, had loads of good things about this one. So it's a bit of a kind of an RPG. I think it's got some top-down elements, but then all of a sudden you break away and it's a bloody shooter, a bit of a shoot 'em up game. So yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into this. Was it by I don't know if it's developed, I just published by Atari. So yeah, Namco Bandai. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. So this is the other game that I did buy from Nathan at Every Bit Gaming, and I'll show it and then we'll kind of talk about it a little bit. It's the Game Boy Advance, but Boktai, I think there's a couple of Boktai games, obviously the first one. And yeah, I think you play a bit like a vampire hunter, but the quirk is on top of the, maybe I'll if I remember, I'll put like a photo over, otherwise I'll show it off separately, but on the cart it's actually got like a light sensitivity or sun sensor at the top, and it basically was to encourage kids to get out and about in the sun, adults too perhaps, and absorb the powers of the sun, which goes onto the cart and actually feeds your weapon. It's driven by the sun. There's day and night, so it's a bit quirky, and it's one that's really going up. I've got it on. I think I've got it loose. I'm pretty sure I've got it loose. Cart, so I'm probably going to get rid of that one. But it's a really good game. It's going more and more kind of collectible, and just something a bit different. I like this kind of innovative style. It's a bit, it's something a bit extra. I don't really know. Not that I know much about every bloody game in the universe, but I don't really know any other game that quite does it like this one does. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, at the same time, Nathan chucked in a couple of extras. So Dragon Quest Monsters, Game Boy Color, obviously like Japanese version, but all the stuff he gets like loads of bits through. It's always in like super cool condition, so you never know. It's like open and you're stocking as a kid on Crimbo Day, not quite knowing what you're going to get. But he's such a top guy, always put stuff in. And this one, it's like a Japanese Inspector Clouseau case, but by Namco. And it's a Famicom game. I did message him as like, the other game, clearly I can tell what that is Dragon Quest game, but what the heck is this? And he's like, I have no idea. Just use it for kind of just for testing consoles to make sure they work. But it's in like a bit of a novel kind of case. So if anyone does know what it is, it's probably a horrifically bad game. But yeah, just shout. It's a Namco game, but who knows what one. And yeah, kind of import game again, an eBay purchase, but tennis for Game Boy Color, all kind of complete in nice condition. I just thought, yeah, why not? Not fairly cheap and cheerful if you start bidding out of hours. So that was cool. I lied. There's one console game. So I did check with Mark GSG to see if he had, because again, it's the middle of the night buy, and it's an electric pink Barbie for the NES. So yeah, I put that with my rest of my Barbie collection, my Barbie game collection, I should say, as opposed to dolls. Keep them in the other room. Hey. Showed this. I think I showed this last month, but it was missing the manual, the instructions, which again I managed to pick up. So now I've got a complete Star Wars US version, so quite chuffed with that. I know Lee Nerdy Geezer's collecting all things Star Wars, so I'm sure all of you probably already subscribed to him. If you don't, check out, he's got a very good channel, and he's going through loads of Star Wars games of every flavour, genre, generation, etc. So that's a good watch. Seeing as collection is growing. This one was spoken about by Thundermoose. Again, I'll leave details in the description below. But Star Wars Episode 3 for GBA actually looked really good. So cheap as chips. Thought I'd give that a go. Give that a shot. Need for Speed, Carbon. Again, these Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy games to a certain degree. If you buy them loose, if you're not too fussy about condition, then they're fairly reasonable to get. The sequel, I got the first one, but X versus SEGA. So this is what's the sequel called? Ballistic. Again, cheap as. I think I got Jackie Chan last month, so Bruce was feeling a bit left out, so I got to get Bruce Lee for the GBA. Probably both really crappy games, but up for a bit of a giggle. This one is a bit of a homebrew, really. I'll say homebrew. It's two official games that have been put on a GBA. So the mother games, kind of the Earthbound sequels. I think they've got like English. Well, I hope they've got English translations, but we'll find out. Again, very, very cheap, dodgy as in terms of the quality, but the thing works, and it was like 5 or whatever. Then I'm not really going to grumble too much. And then finally, we are on to some Game Boy games, and these two came together. This one I was less interested in, albeit it's probably okay, like Race Days, the Game Boy, because the game that I really did want, and I've never played one of these, and it's an awesome channel I follow, Ogles, Ogles, and it's one of his favourite games. But yeah, Snow Brothers, made by Capcom. They've done like, I think it was an arcade Snow Brothers and a few other versions, but especially the Game Boy one. So again, this one is creeping up in price a bit. So I've got those two together. Probably not as good as the first film, and this game probably isn't as good as the first game, but I needed a bit more RoboCop in my life. So RoboCop 2. I think the film is the one with, is it Nuke, or it's the drug that's kind of going around, and actually yeah, didn't mind it. Thought it was a watchable bit of action. I think RoboCop 3 was really was like a 15, so it was obviously going to be a bit less gritty than the first two. But yeah, the cart looks quite cool. The stickers on it's really geeky, isn't it? But the Game Boy stickers and stuff, I just like. The follow-up to Rainbow Islands, and the follow-up of Bubble Bobble, Parasol Stars. Again, looking forward to giving this one a shot. Played it on a few other formats, but not on the Game Boy. This one I definitely have played in a few other formats, and I'm really interested to see. It's going to be fairly limited, one would think, because of the limited buttons on the Game Boy. But yeah, Street Fighter 2. Didn't even know it came out on the Game Boy. It must have been a later release, unless it's a complete hooky version. But I'm looking forward to checking that out, seeing how it plays or doesn't play. And if you've got Street Fighter 2 as your fighter, the alternative really is the MK, the Mortal Kombat. I might actually do a real bloody cheesy Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat Game Boy review video, and it'll be like, both of these are shit. But who knows? I might be surprised. Hopefully, I'm surprised. And yeah, what we got here. So I've got a game with a manual. It's a fairly popular Michael Keaton, I would say a cult film, but fairly biggish film, a bit like Beetlejuice. Rarely see this on. I don't think it's not necessarily a rare game because I haven't seen it that often, but I don't see it that often on eBay. So I thought I'd jump on that, and made even cooler by the fact it's got like the instructions, and on the back, I don't always see those on Game Boy ones, like Double Dragon 2, promo, and yeah, can't go. I haven't got, like I say, very many boxed games, even probably fewer that are just game and manual, but quite cool. And then the final run is actually a set of manuals that someone was just trying to get rid of on eBay. So again, I went in with a bit of a cheeky last minute bid and came in. And I think apart from one of the games. No, I think I've all I was going to say. But apart from one of the games, I might not have the cart that accompanies it, but I think I do for all. So very quickly, like baseball. So one of the first Game Boy games that came out. Addams Family. Race days. Yoshi, and it looks like someone's drawn a bit of Yoshi's egg next to the egg in a green crayon. Golf, absolute classic. Yeah, one of my fave games, not necessarily on the Game Boy, but yeah, Sensible Soccer. So they're quite, yeah, a bit different. And now I've got some, there were some broader ones in the kind of the bundle, so I'll be kind of moving them on as well. And it's a bit of a segue really, because the end of next month, so the end of March, I believe I am on the swap shop with Retro Chef and a handful of other folks. So we're getting kind of doubles and bits together. So there'll be some Game Boy related things that I've kind of upgraded, and Game Boy Advance ones. I might get that Bok tie loose cart out. So I just sort some bits out prior to that. And I think we are approaching, if we haven't already gone past the 30-minute mark. So that's probably enough of my waffling. Hope you've enjoyed. Would love you to leave a comment below if you like this kind of content and silliness and random stuff. Then would love you to subscribe. But yeah, regardless of any of that, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you soon. All the best, guys. Cheers.